Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. Why are daily habits magical? My name is Dr. Martina. I'm the co-founder, CEO, and developer of the school model of School Beyond Limitations. If you would like your child to live a fulfilled and meaningful life, then this is the channel for you. Why are daily habits so magical? I would like to start by saying, that at School Beyond Limitations, we have introduced some magical habits. We call them in primary school magical habits and in secondary school daily habits. And 3 of the daily habits are daily reading, daily writing, and daily mathematics or problem solving. And I just had a meeting yesterday with a family in primary school who's been with us now for 3 years, and their child is 7 years old now and used to be 5 when the child joined us. And I always say, and we all know, learning takes place all the time, everywhere, and at any time. And if we look at learning from the angle of where we all come from, and that's the angle of curiosity, and I start opening up this kind of clarity that if I share such learning moments with my children and with my students, and I show them the wonderful possibility for them to develop further, to meet their needs with regards to their curiosity, then learning is just a blessing, and learning is just something that is joyful and also playful and becomes something that is alive. And when I'm saying it's alive, it's part of life. So there is not, I already mentioned it a number of times, there is not school and we separate school from learning, and then there is life and we separate life from school or learning. It's a constant learning, constantly, every day, every moment, every time. And if I know that if I expose my child and my student to certain habits and routines, and magical habits, as we call them in primary school, that are based on being curious about finding out and how to read and implement it in a daily life, and making time initially for my child to read with them, along them, reading out to them, showing them, making time in real life. And I just had a conversation with one of our facilitators in primary school who said, it's really incredible to see what our students are doing and how much they are looking for those daily habits and the magical habits, because this is part of what they see immediately if they are missing out on a daily habit, in lessons. Then they would say, now I do it in my free time. I'm doing it in the afternoon. I'm doing it when we are not together, but I want to do that. And it becomes you. It becomes incorporated within yourself. And then something magical happens. And now I'm coming back to what was shared with me by the family yesterday. They said our child is now in the traditional school. She would be in grade 1, but she's reading like a grade 3 and 4 student. In mathematics, she would be because they can compare, with other students who are following the more traditional system. She's doing subtractions and additions at high number levels, and numeracy levels. And this is something that other students are doing in grade 3 and 4. And they are amazed by themselves. And they also, shared with me that their child, just received a small child Kindle for children. And their child is reading every day and hides under the bed in order to have her own space and just do her magical daily habit. And is this easy to achieve? It's easy to achieve if we achieve. I don't like the word achieve, but I think you may understand what I mean. It's easy to reach and to achieve if a child is exposed to that and feels inspired by it. And when they start exploring books, for instance, and the content of books, then something very beautiful happens. The brain and asks for more. They want to go for more, and the creativity that they gain from reading books, is increased as well. And the same then happens with writing. They start writing their journals. They start taking notes. They start jotting down their ideas and so forth. And this is the beauty that happens. And the same with mathematics. I see mathematics embedded in everyday's life. If I say, and this facilitator also said, I just invite my parents to provide those daily habits within their daily lives to start with. When they cook, when they bake, to make their children measure, to count, to do things that they, to take them with them on shopping tour, or when they go to the grocery shop, by asking them, how much does this cost? And what does it mean if I also take this? How much is it then? And so forth. So it's embedded in daily life. And a child that is looking at life from the perspective of curiosity would then want more, would ask questions. That's why it's important that if children ask questions, that we give them answers or help them to find the answers by themselves, so that they see that the questions that they are asking, they are relevant, that we take time for them. And it becomes a game, it becomes a joyful and playful game. Life is a game, and magical habits then are part of this beautiful field, play field of learning. And if this is happening, then we have the foundation for moving forward, for growing, for developing in different areas. So that's why magical or daily habits are so important. If I'm not reading every day and I'm not exposed to that on a daily basis, then of course I would probably not find pleasure. And it's about finding pleasure in what we are doing. And if we start opening up, it's like also playing an instrument. If I start doing it, initially it may not be joyful as much because it's technique and so forth. But once I start seeing that by doing it and practicing it, then I do more. And the same with reading, the same with writing, and the same with mathematics. And I'm a firm believer that there is no such thing out there that somebody is not good at any of this. It's just, I think we need to, of course, look at the reality from differentiated angle as well. Not everyone is as fast, but at the other hand, I think we need to acknowledge that if we look at things from an angle of curiosity, it doesn't matter how long I take for something. It's important that I do it from this joyful, place. I want to find out, and I'm doing it. And the more I do it every day, it's like, as I said before, with playing an instrument, the more I do it and the more regularly I do it, and also learning a language, the more I do it and the more regularly I apply it, the more I feel I achieve something, or it becomes natural to me and I want to move forward. And we are geared towards, we know that some human needs such as variety and comfort and security, and we need to meet both, right? And the variety is based on getting out, finding something new, and the security is doing things that I already know, such as reading every day, for instance, writing every day, doing mathematical problem solving every day. And that gives me security because there's a structure. And at the other hand, I'm opening up for something new, and then the magic happens. That's why magical habits are so important, because they meet the human needs also in a very balanced way. And this facilitator I was talking to just before, who said, I talked to my parents from the very beginning about this, to incorporate everything on a daily basis at home in their everyday life, because, as we all know, learning is taking place at any time and everywhere. And then they started doing it. And then we have the result of the family that said to me yesterday, our child is reading every day, doing math every day. And if she would not do that, she would be missing something. And there was this sparkle in their eyes, and also in those students who are doing it, it's this sparkle of wanting more. So my invitation is doing this, and then trusting the school, which is implementing this as well, and collaborating with the school accordingly. So this is what we are doing at School Beyond Limitations. If you think that this resonates with you, then please do not hesitate to reach out to us, and you will find the website in the description. At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence. Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can indeed bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And as you know, sharing is caring.